I take this pleasure to welcome you all to this first online workshop. There are a series of online workshops, and then there are 4 pre-conference offline workshops which we are conducting as a part of APCRICon 2023. So that is scheduled on the offline workshops are scheduled on 6th of July, that is on manuscript writing, and there are 3 workshops on 7th of July. That's on systematic review meta-analysis on GIS application in healthcare, and one is on brain sampling. So all these 3 workshops are full now, and there are few seats in manuscript writing left. And the conference, we had a very good response, more than 90 abstracts which we have received for the scientific session. And we're expecting around 500 delegates to be coming in for the conference. So all those who are here and who have registered for the conference, I'll be very glad to see you all physically during the conference. And we have with us 2 of our experts today, Dr. Varun, who is very good at reference management and literature search and a lot more things. He's actually a very talented guy and one of our brightest star in community medicine. So for the next 2 hours, he will keep you engaged and you'll learn a lot from him. And then we have Dr. Devita. She's also an expert in this field. And so I'm actually very thankful to both of you for having consented to do this workshop for us. And my sincere thanks to Dr. Archisman Mahapatra. He is he's one of my MBBS juniors and now doing so well with the Grid Council and going to be one of the leading what you call public health expert in the coming years. So he will be joining us shortly in some meeting. So with this, I again welcome you all to this workshop, and we will be in touch after the workshop as well. If you have any doubts or anything, we'd be glad to help you out. So our collaboration will continue. And so without taking much time, I just request Dr. Devita and Dr. Varun to go ahead with the proceedings. And thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I will share agenda again for one. So the next 2 hours, we are planning in a way that you can have maximum of what we have thought of. To start with, we will start with Dr. Devita, who is expert in especially systematic review and meta-analysis. And for that, she has her master's from, I think, from AIIMS Rishikesh, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she has her MPH from AIIMS Rishikesh. She is basically a dentist by profession, but she has shifted to public health with MPH. Then we will have, she will be taking us through PubMed, that is how to do search, systematic search, and how to have various nicks in that. So she will be dealing with that. Then I will take you to reference citation manager. Dr. Devita will also help me through that. Then we will have some hands-on experience, preferably in breakout rooms if possible. Then we will have some question answer sessions and breakout. We will break for the day, and this will be the total schedule for next 2 hours. Without wasting time, I request Devita to please start. Yeah, I will stop screen share.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hello all. I will be showing you how to carry out search efficiently on PubMed. Okay. So basically, why PubMed is important? Because if you carry out a search in Google, you will get thousands and lakhs of results, and you would probably would not get any time to basically go through all that articles. And of course, it will be very time consuming, and plus it doesn't make sure that whether those articles are of your interest or not. Are they relevant to you? Are they relevant to your objective? So basically, whenever you are carrying out a literature research or maybe a literature review or a systematic review, you need to build up your search such as, so that you get relevant results. So I'm just going to start by showing what do you need for searching efficiently on PubMed. So first and foremost is a clearly defined research question. So for this workshop, I'm going to, for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to give an example of a very simple topic, not a very jargon and medical topic, but a very simple topic. So first and foremost, you need a very clearly defined research question. So how do we define a research question? That is by using a PCOT format. What is PCOT format? I hope everybody has like maybe heard this term PCOT or PCOT. So what happens is P is stands for your problem or population. I stands for intervention, issue of interest or exposure. C is for your comparator. O is for outcome, and T is time. Now, just keep in mind that it is not necessary that all the 5 elements be needed for your research question, because it also depends on your study design. So intervention might not be there for, if you're doing a cross section study or a systematic review. So it might not be there. If you're doing an RCT, then it might be there. So you need to clearly identify what is your problem, what is your population, your issue of interest, your exposure, your comparator, your outcome, and time. Time is optional. But if you can define it, then it's good enough. Now for this workshop, I'll be showing you a search on the topic hypertension in India in last 5 years. Okay. So what is the first step? The first step is basically identify search terms. Now, how can you identify search terms is by, searching relevant article. If you have any template article with you in your particular topic of interest, then you can see what keywords they are using, and you can elaborate and adapt on those keywords. To identify search terms, you can either have an article, or what you can do is you can refer to a systematic review which is already done on that particular topic, and you can see what keywords they have they have adapted on and they have used, and you can play around with those keywords. So today's example is hypertension in India in last 5 years, and we are going to identify search terms for this topic. So basically what happens when you're searching on PubMed, there are level of searches according to this PCOT format. So my my problem is hypertension, and my population is India, and my time frame is 5 years. Okay, so I will be building my search strategy on the basis of these 3 elements. So my first level of search would be building keywords on hypertension. So hypertension, for hypertension, I'm going to choose 2 words, that is hypertension and blood pressure. And for India, for the population, interest of population, I'm going to use the keyword India. Now, for PubMed, now why I'm showing you this in Word first is because whenever I do my systematic search, I like to keep a logbook so that I don't lose everything. I keep a track of everything and I don't lose everything. Although PubMed has a feature of saving your search, of downloading your search, but as like going step by step, I just keep it in Word also as a backup. So I'm going to take you to PubMed now, and I will show you what features are there on PubMed. So second step is using the PubMed features and the truncation. So if you type on Google PubMed, the first link which should open is this one, and it will show something like this, and then you have to go on advanced. Just a minute. So when you click on advanced, something like this will open. Okay, you can see add PubMed Advanced Search Builder, add terms to the query box, and query box is there. And when you eventually search something, all the history and search details will appear here. Okay. So what I have done is I have identified hypertension and blood pressure as two keywords for my search, and India. Okay. And my interest of population of interest. So what I'm going to do is now I'm basically going to search hypertension here. So because I want all the articles which are just focusing on hypertension, I'm going to choose title from here. So if you see this drop down here, add terms to the query box, just below this, there's a drop down here, and PubMed allows you to search through all these filters. Like all fields means that you want to search this particular search term or keyword in wherever it appears in that article, whether in abstract, whether in title, whether in full text, anywhere. By author you can search, by date you can search, and all these are there, by journal, by language, mesh terms, subject, personal names, if you have any PMID, if any ID of the article is available, by volume you can search, by journal name you can search. So here I'm going to show you how can you search by title, because I want articles which are solely focusing on hypertension. So here I have selected title and I will type hypertension here. Okay. Now there are so many articles which can use the word hypertensive or hypertensives as well instead of hypertension. So what PubMed has a feature of providing us with truncation. So what happens in truncation is, if I want my search to yield articles which have used all these three variations of hypertension, that is hypertension, hypertensive, and hypertensives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a star, which is a truncation star. So what happens is you can type out the search term till the common spelling. So for hypertension, hypertensive, and hypertensives, there's a common spelling till NSI. So after I will put a star. I will put a star here, and this search term will give results for all the three variations, that is hypertension, hypertensive, and hypertensives. And then I'm going to click on add. So if I add, you can see this word has been like added into the query box. Then to continue, I have another search term as blood pressure. So I'm going to take this term and I'm going to put it in the search term. And I'm going to search it in the title only. Now, if you observe, this blood pressure are two words. It's not a single word. It's not a same word. There are two words. So what PubMed by default, if you put two words into a search term, it will search it separately. For example, it will give you results which have blood in their titles and which have pressure in their titles. It will also give you results for blood pressure in the title, but we want to exclude those which have blood in their titles and pressure in their titles. We want blood pressure only. So another feature of PubMed is by phrase searching. For phrase searching, you have to put double inverted commas for the phrase. So double inverted commas here. Now, if I put double inverted commas, it will exactly search this phrase. It will not it will not yield results with blood separately and pressure separately. It will search for blood pressure automatically. Now here again, I will add it to query box by or. I will tell you what or and not, like what this is and how it works. So this is our first level of search, right? Now the second level search is India. So India, I am going to put title abstract here because I want to search India in title as well as in abstract. So I type it here and I add it with and. Okay. So So our search is completed, like we have hypertension keywords and we have India. So this is our preliminary search, the first level and the second level. Okay. Now the third part is use of mesh terms. Now, what are mesh terms? Mesh terms are basically controlled vocabulary, which is in Medline. So there are so many experts in there are so many experts which are like assigned to by PubMed and Medline to basically index and categorize articles. So there are many authors which use different words for different terms, for different keywords. For example, if I tell you, if you want to do any research on hand washing techniques, okay, so this is the keyword you are using, hand washing without any space. But there are other researchers who are using, there are other authors and researchers who use like the meaning is similar, but then they might use different terminologies. So hand washing with space, or hand hygiene, or hand sanitation. So if you're going to use just hand washing, you're going to miss out all the articles which are using these terminologies. So that is why mesh terms. So there are experts by PubMed and Medline. They are, they are responsible for categorizing and indexing those articles using mesh terms. Mesh terms are basically medical subject headings. So to narrow down your search and to not miss out the relevant articles, we use mesh terms. Now, how do you find mesh terms on PubMed? So when you open PubMed here, uh, by uh, by Google search, when you open PubMed, this will appear, and then you'll scroll a little down and you'll find a mesh database written here. You click on this mesh database and something like this will open. This window will open, and here mesh is already selected in this drop down. You can just search hypertension and search. Now, if you'll see, there are 53 results. Now you have to decide which mesh term you have to include according to your research question that you have generated. Now here for this example, I have used hypertension in India for past 5 years. So my first mesh term is like it's relevant to me. The other ones I may go through it, but then the other ones are not related to my research question, my objective. So the very first one, you need to click on this. You need to read the definition, that what this search term means. What this mesh term means? What does it include? What are the subheadings which come under it? And there's another feature which PubMed provides is mesh tree. So this is, if you scroll a little below in the mesh database, you'll find what terms are coming under this hypertension mesh term, which I have selected for my search. So if I am okay with all these terms, I will select this mesh term. So what you have to do is you tick on the box just beside the term, checkbox, and you just add to search builder. Just below the PubMed search builder, it's add to search builder. You'll just click on this and hypertension mesh will automatically be added here. You copy it and you go back to your advanced search results, the PubMed advanced search builder, and you add your term here. You add your term here, hypertension mesh term, correct? Now, this was the mesh term for hypertension. Now we are going to search for India mesh term. So here we go again to the mesh database and type India in the search box. And again, if you see, there are 7 results and you have to choose like which term is according to relevant to your research question. So you again click this checkbox and add to search builder and copy it from here and add it to your advanced search builder. after India. Now this is how we build the search, by using truncation marks, by using the filters, by using title abstract or title, or by using mesh terms. Now we have to combine these terms. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because hypertension, blood pressure, and hypertension mesh are similar concepts, so I'm going to add it by or. So PubMed has a feature of Boolean operators, which are called Boolean operators. There are 3 Boolean operators. If you see this drop down here, there are 3 Boolean operators: and, or, and not. Okay. So what is the function of or? Or is basically combining similar words. If you have similar keywords for same concept, you will combine them with or. Why or? Or is basically uh, or will give you results of articles basically containing hypertension, hypertensives, blood pressure, and which are also tagged as hypertension mesh. Okay, so that is the function of or. So if you see here, if you observe here, I have these 3 terms: hypertension, hypertensive star mark, the truncation mark, blood pressure, and hypertension mesh term. I have combined this with or. And the terms for India, that is India within title abstract or India mesh, that I have combined with or again, because they are of similar concept with a similar meaning. But because I want papers which are on hypertension and India and based out of India, so I will combine those with and. If you can see, if you can appreciate this thing. So hypertension terms together with or, India terms together with or, but hypertension with India, that should be with and. And suppose if you want that these articles should not be on children, you only want to search on adults, then you can use the not feature. You can use the not feature. You can just search a term here like children, or you can do child and asterisk, because then it will yield child and children both. Within title abstract or within all fields, that is according to your research question. So I'm going to just do it all fields, because I don't want child or children anywhere in the article. So I will add this keyword with not here. Okay, so that is the function of Boolean operators in PubMed. For now, I'm just going to remove this and go ahead with this search. So this I will add to history, and you will see that it has appeared here in the search box. Let me just again recap it for you to tell you how to search it in another way. So here I'm going to type hypertension and star with title and add it to the query box. Then blood pressure, add it with or, and then I had hypertension mesh term. Add with or, and I'm going to add it to history. So you see all the hypertension terms are added to history. Now I'm going to do the same for India. Title abstract, India, and add, and the mesh term for the same. Add with or, and I'm going to add it to the history. Now you see there are 2 levels of search, the hashtag number 2 and hashtag number 3 in your history. Now we will combine these two. How can we combine? There are two ways. Either you can type it in the query box, #2, that is shift 3, and #3, that is shift 3 and number 3 search. Or what you can do simultaneously is, if you can see these 3 horizontal dots, you can click on this, add to query, and you can click on a number 3 search and add with and. Okay, and then you again add to history, and now you see from you can see the number of results here, and you can see the number of results here. So it has reduced down so much, and that is the importance of a systematic search. So now if you click on wait, I'll go back again. Now if you click on this 2204 number, you can see your articles. Now if you want to further reduce the number of articles, what you can do is, like my research question was for last 5 years. So what I'm going to do is so here's the filter for time, and I can do here, like, wait. So for these, I have 847 results. Okay. Now, what you can simultaneously do is that it has a publication date filter as well. So you can either do 5 years, 1 year, 10 year, or you can custom range also. Like you can type out the year, month, and date and end date. So maybe 1st January 2017 to 31st December 2023. So that you can do. Plus it also gives you the feature of, by searching by abstract or free full text. Suppose you don't want full text which are like unavailable, which are not accessible, you can search from here. You can just check this free full text, and it will give you all the articles which are freely available. Then you can also search by if the article is providing associated data or not. Then by article type, you can narrow down your search. But maybe if you want RCTs only on hypertensions, or if you want systematic reviews or reviews or cross-sectional studies, or maybe cohort or case control studies. So you can basically you can narrow down your search through all these filters provided by PubMed. Now there are additional filters as well. So this was article type. This is species, either for humans or for animals. Then by article languages, if you want to, include articles which are maybe in another language other than English, then you can use. Then by sex, maybe you want to see the hypertension burden on females or on males separately, then you can do this. Then by age groups, and others are like by publication. So these are the different features which PubMed provides you.
Okay. Just to have a quick view, many of us are here. Put something, raise your hand or say hi, hello, or put something in chat. So just I have an idea we are not lost somewhere.
They are eager to learn, I guess. Zotero.
Dear Dr. Divita, we
Yes, please.
No, we understood.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Because step by step, once again you reviewed, no? So
Yes.
we understood everything.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome. Nice to have good feedback. Okay. So ये क्या है? We will see something about Zotero. हमने कभी सुना है Zotero के बारे में? Yes.
Just give a thumbs up if you have heard about Zotero.
If you have heard, just give thumbs up. No need to unmute also. You can, if you unmute and speak, it is welcome. Okay, but if you don't want to speak, just give non-verbal reactions also.
No, sir, this is the first time. I didn't hear about Zotero.
Okay. Okay. any of us has previous experience of writing anything? We all must have written something or the other in papers or in dissertations or thesis, what we do. So what happens is, whenever we start writing, we go and read few articles. Okay, from first article I feel, okay, these 2-3 points are of my use, so we try to put them somewhere in my draft whenever I am writing something. Then as we know, we don't have to plagiarize, we have to give due credit to the authors. With very honest way, we try to cite that particular article as one. Then from other article we take some, we have to have something. So for that, for the next 2-3 points, or maybe even single point, whatever I take, I try to give it as a point 2, and we start on writing. By the end we reach to our thesis, we have at least 50, 60 or 100 articles with us. Okay, when we have this huge number to deal with, what happens is, when we throw our eyes to it for the last time, we feel that no, something is not going in a sequence. I have to put something before, and I have to take this after this particular point. So in that scenario, we just copy and paste that 1-2 lines before, and we just take those lines below. But that is not enough to change all that numbering. That all entire numbering which we do is lost, and we have to keep on manually changing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till end, till our 100th number or whatever is the last number. Also, what happens is, sometimes you write it in, you decide to write something for journal X, which asks you to write in Vancouver system. So you write it in Vancouver. When you go to submit it, unfortunately you get decision of rejection. Then you think, no, I should submit to some other article which would be asking to submit that particular referencing style into entirely some different way of either Vancouver variant or other system itself. Okay, it can be a variant of Harvard, Elsevier Harvard, or any other Harvard system. So making all that takes pain. So for that, we have something which is called as reference citation manager. Okay, all these headache is taken care by that particular softwares. Mendeley and Zotero, these are the two mainly used reference citation managers. We have many others also. We have EndNote, we have a few others, but EndNote being paid software, we usually don't go for that. Mendeley and Zotero, two things are there which gives you maximum in their free version. Both of them have paid versions also, but maximum things are done in free version. So of that, we are going to discuss today with Zotero. Okay, we will not be covering Mendeley here, but we will be covering Zotero. I had asked you to download Zotero. Any of you have downloaded it before?
Yeah, we did it today according to your instruction.
Okay, okay. So
Yes,
nice,
sir.
thank you.
I did it
So-
today as per your instruction.
Okay, so I hope many of you would have installed it and logged in into that. So just I will. Okay, so when we log in into when we download Zotero, it asks us to download two things: Zotero software and Zotero web connector. So whatever connector you would have downloaded, you would have something here, that this folder kind of thing, or yellow Z, depending upon your version of Windows or this one, you will be getting different logos for that. that all are okay, just move your cursor on your web browser somewhere here. If you are able to see something which is like this, save to Zotero, it means it has come. If your web connector is installed and it is not coming, just come to the end. Here you have something which is called as extensions. Go to manage extensions. You will have Zotero extension to download, or after downloading, if it is not coming, you click on this last icon. Here you will have few things which you want to pin in. Those which are pinned will be visible here. If you don't want few of them, you can unpin, but ensure that your Zotero connector is pinned in here. Okay, so it will be automatically visible somewhere here. Okay. Then second thing is we need to log in or sign up. If we don't have it, we need to log in. Click on login. It will ask you if you have not signed in, it will give you a window in which it will ask you to sign in. Just sign in with your Google account, no problem. Okay. But remember your credential when you are signing in there, because same will be required for you to sign in with Zotero. All of you, if you open your Zotero, you will be seeing something like this. Okay. You have some portion on your left hand side, you have one portion on your right hand side, and you have one central panel where at present nothing would be there. It will be a totally empty portion which is there. So we will be adding few things to that, so we will come to know how to go with it. Okay. Till now, everybody on the same page? Everybody, all of you are able to be with me? Any confusion, any doubt? Anybody has any doubt in downloading Zotero? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's we are on the same page. Let me
Okay.
see. But
Very
some of the icons on the left, it is not there. Maybe it will come on the way.
What is not there?
On the left side, there is my library.
Yeah, that is because I am using it for longer period of time. I have few things there. Okay, this portion will be empty for you all. Only this my library portion one will be there. Otherwise, you will not have anything here. So forget of it. Okay. So in Zotero, what is the concept? Basic concept is we have something which is called as briefcase. This briefcase kind of thing. Okay,
So
that is called as
sir, I have installed the app as per the instructions, but it still shows me, it asks for me to sync and things, but I couldn't do it, sir. I couldn't have the page as this. Shall I share the screenshot in the WhatsApp group, sir?
yeah, please. Yeah. Till then, we will continue. We will address your query as soon as you post photo. Okay.
I think this is fine. The photo that you have shared.
This is because till now we have not logged in into this particular software. Okay, we have logged in here on net. Okay, on web browser we have logged in. I told you of signing in. Okay, on the previous page when we were here, we have here login option, and through that we have logged in. But in Zotero, as of now, we have not logged in. So that is fine. Okay, you are still on the same page. Be patient. We will when we log in here, that time we will do it. That issue will go. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now we have something which is called as library. We have one yellow folder kind of thing here and by adjacent to that brown folder, which is called as collection. Okay. You can create n number of libraries and n number of collections into that, depending on whatever topic you are working with. If you are working for 2 or 3 things simultaneously, you can have multiple folders like this. You can have multiple collections here. Since it looks like folder, I tend to say it folder, but it is actually called as collection and library in Zotero. So you can have multiple collections like this. Now, as Dr. Divita was telling us, with something which is called as hypertension in India. So same thing, we will try to create one new collection here so that we can save our search there. Okay. So this is just click on this yellow icon here. As soon as you click, you will have here a new collection. Let's label it. Okay, and I click on OK. As soon as I click, oh sorry, I was in the previous slide. This one here, I will main library. I will again create it. Okay. The moment I click enter, this new folder has come or new collection has come, which is labeled as hypertension in India. So if you are working on 2 or 3 things simultaneously, you can have 2 or 3 simultaneous folders here. As many as you want, you can create it, and all you can manage together. Okay. Now, whenever you are doing any search, may it be in PubMed or may it be in your Google, wherever you are doing, you get articles which we have to read and which we have to cite. So now suppose we had done this Google search, okay, sorry, PubMed search, you get some articles. We will not go into search strategy and number of results which we have, but suppose you get these few articles here for search. You open one and you read it. After going through the article, you feel that this article is of your use and you need to cite few points in that. Okay. The PDF will open in due time. Just putting number 1 for file name. Okay, you are going through this article. Somewhere you feel that this particular paragraph is of your use, you need to put it into it. So you think to save it. You feel that this article I might require for my further writing. So you save it. Few times you may feel that this is not required, so you don't want that article. So you just close that and go to next article. So whatever article now you feel, you usually tend to save it as I have saved it just now. Okay, you just download PDF of that and we save it. Next, I read this article. I feel this is of no use. I don't want anything. It is totally irrelevant to my search. So I go back. I might go to the next article, third article, and I will read it. Now, if we keep on doing it like this, it becomes difficult for us to manage it in our writings. Okay, and that is the reason we need to have this citation managers. Basic requirement whenever you want to use Zotero or any other software is this should be open. Whenever you are doing your any search for your articles, just open it and minimize it. Okay, you have to open it and keep it minimized. Go to your Google Chrome or Firefox, whatever browser you are using, and start doing your search. The moment I do it in this way, we have installed special connectors extensions for this thing. So this was my Zotero. If you can appreciate it, now the color is red. Whenever I am in PubMed, the color has changed to some particular folder. Different icon will change. This means that it has identified a few things which it feels is required for our particular research. Okay, it has something which you can add it into Zotero. This is simple meaning of change of this icon, so that I want to add few articles from here to Zotero is I will just click on it. It opens one window. All those things which it feels you can add into it are added here. Now suppose I feel these 4-5 things are of my use and I have to add it. So I selected them. I click on OK. Here, if you can see here, it comes saving to hypertension in India. Here we can select which other folder or whatever you want, because here it is hypertension in India selected. It will say saving to this. If you are saving it into another work, you can select some other work and ask it to save. So we will again see if these articles are added to Zotero or not. From here, we click on it, we select whatever. You can have one or two or many, whatever you want. You select it. It is saving to your folder. Okay. So those articles now have come into this particular our collection on this one. This was the first way of adding it. Suppose sometimes if you have previously done some work and you have saved few things in your laptop. Okay, now you need not search it again in PubMed to find it out. The simplest way is open that particular folder. In this particular folder, you have this one saved. We had saved this one PDF. I'm just selecting it. You drag it into here. If you just add it, this PDF one has come. But if you see for others, it has selected all metadata. Okay, all entries has come here. Whenever you add it manually, it takes time to come. One article also has come. It has automatically changed its title. Okay, that was article by therapeutic adherence. Again, we will see it into PubMed. Therapeutic adherence of hypertension in India, current evidence and expressed opinions in India. Same article has come here. It has extracted all metadata, all the details which are required for usual citation methods. They have come up here. Now it has changed its name also. Okay, so this is the second way of adding our articles to PubMed. We had added from PubMed by the help of Google web extension or connector, which was there on the top side. Here we had added it. Second thing, we had just dragged it manually. Now we will come to third thing. Sometimes what happens is you go to your library. In library, you see that you have something, some article, journal hard copies are there. In that you find one useful thing, or you may have to cite something from a reference book which has ISSN number. In that condition, also we can add it to our reference citation managers. For convenience, I'm taking help of one example from here only. Suppose this is an article. It has one ID which is known as PMID, or it has a DOI number. Okay, so with the help of these PMID or DOI number or ISSN number, we can add them manually. Okay, here the second icon which you see is enter ISBN, DOI, PMIDs or any other IDs. Okay, so whatever is, remember the name, prevalence and risk factors of chronic kidney diseases of unknown etiology. I am taking this DOI number. I have copied it. I will just paste that number here. Okay, and I press enter. As soon as I press, it is trying to find it out from where it can find it out, and it has added that particular article here. Okay, it is showing me. It has collected the PDF also. PDF is also collected, so it is showing these PDFs also here for all this. Okay, so this is the third way. If you have to cite something from Harrison's textbook or Davidson or any other Shaw's textbook of gynecology or any other textbook, just put your ISBN number here. It will automatically try to identify that article, and it will try to extract all its important metadata also which would be required. Occasionally what happens, you have some newspaper article or you have some very old study which is done or some gray material which is not available online or you don't have. In that condition, we have to add it manually, and that manually adding is your this first plus point. Okay, here if you go, you have, it shows you what type of article you have to add, whether you have to add a book section, document, journal article, newspaper, or any one of these. Okay, if you have something in relation, someone's thesis, if you are quoting, if you have some video recordings, whatever format you have to quote, based on that you will select. For now, we are suppose we are taking some book. Okay, so it has duplicated, so I'm just removing one. We have one only, we will add manually. So here item is book. What is the title? If suppose it is textbook of medicine, its name, authors. Whenever we are putting author names, remember it asks you last name first and first name last. Okay, in the same sequence you need to add it. We will not put Harrison at such. I'm putting some fake names. If you have more than one author, you can add it to this plus sign. We can have ABC and first name as S. One more author we will add if you want it, or if you have abstract for that, okay, otherwise you can skip it. Add volume, which volume you have to quote for, number of volumes, if for that textbook is 4, if it is 3rd edition, where it was published, who is the publisher, what if you have date, you can enter date. If you have ISBN number, you can add it. Otherwise, if you have ISBN number, best way is to add to your identification number. Okay, URL from where you are accessing it, if you have, which date you have accessed, like that you have details which you can add it manually if you have those things there. Okay, so these are the basically 4 ways of adding it. One way we will, I'm not telling you right now, that we will tell at the last, but these are the main 4 ways of adding. First one which we saw was from your web connector. Just simply clicking on here will give you the list which you have to add, that is added. The second one which we saw was manually selecting and dragging it there. When we had dragged it, so that was the second way. Third way which we saw was with the help of digital object identifier, DOI number or ISBN number or PMID numbers. We just entered that number, it tried to identify all details. And the fourth way, which is little bit tiresome, but for things which you don't have any options, that you have to add them manually. So we have to add them manually. It can be old journal articles which were not in published form, or on soft copies they were not there. Old, very old article it might be, which is nowhere available, but you have got it somehow, and you have to quote it. That time you have to add some things in manual. And these are the 4 basic ways of adding your articles here. If you have added articles here, you just click on it. You, instead of your regular Acrobat or any other reader, you have a liberty to read those articles in Zotero itself. Okay, it opens here itself. When it opens here, you can, if you keep on reading in this one, you will come to know what are the important things. You can keep them marking it like you do in Acrobat reader. So same things, you can have multiple colors to signify it. Red color would be important for methodology. Yellow color may be required for ROL or writing your discussion part. Like that you can put it here, or you can add notes there. Suppose you feel that he has very goodly written randomization, so just put a note add comment to it that if something is like this, just something I have added to this, you can have multiple these things here. Again, you can switch between your windows. So whenever, this is important because sometimes we tend to forget it, that I had written good methodology somewhere, some good randomization was written somewhere. I have to write it in the similar way, but we don't know of these many articles which one was it. So that you can have automatically here, you can find out them in your Zotero itself. Okay, you don't need to go back and search into your articles outside. Here only you can get them. So these are few features in Zotero. Now we will try to go to Word document. You are provided with this text which is written here. Okay. Before okay, for our convenience, for sake of convenience, I am just copy pasting this one paragraph. Okay, and I will show you how to insert. Suppose this is something which I have written. I know I have copy pasted it, but for the sake of convenience, I am showing it. Suppose this is what we have written, and I have to insert some reference here. For this much amount which I have written, I have to insert some referencing here. So we need, when we install Zotero, we will have this Word format, Microsoft Word. In that Word, we will have this Zotero tab automatically installed. It is incorporated into Word document. If someone has problem in that, we will solve it again later, but just now, for now, you see, you will have this Zotero tab. Click on that. You have add edit citations. Okay, so click on add edit citation. It will ask for now which method of citation you want. Okay, suppose now I want Vancouver style. I select Vancouver. If your list is, your desired referencing style is not here, you can change it to manage styles, but for now we are selecting Vancouver. I will click OK. This is an one-time work. For the first time we have to do it. Subsequently it will not ask me to select referencing style. Now here I had put my cursor, so it is saying me here I will insert some citation, and that it is going to take it from Zotero. I don't remember name of the article, so I go into classic view. Here I have selected hypertension in India. I have these articles visible. Now I understand that this was from this article, so I will click on this. That one number has come here. Okay. Subsequently, I have to insert my second number here. If I remember name of the article or author, anything, I can just copy. I was remembering that article name was something as mapping. So the moment I started typing, it gives me suggestions. I can directly select from here. So this has come here. Now, suppose at this end of third sentence, I again have to add multiple references. So I will just go to classic view. If I have more than two things to copy, Okay, I click on this option of multiple sources. I click on it. So now whatever are the things I want to select, I will click this arrow. After selecting, these will go there. Suppose I feel by mistake I have selected this is wrong thing, so I will again press this back arrow, so that will be removed. Okay, these three things, suppose I have to quote as a single reference, so I clicked it, it has come as 3 to 5. After reading all things, your colleague or your co-PG or your guide feels that you should enter some particular reference number for this set of data. Okay, so what usually we do, we will put it here 1, and all these numbers we need to change. This 1 will become 2, this 2 will become 3, this 3 to 5 will become 4 to 6. But that we don't have to worry here. I just go to add citations. Which one I have to select? If I feel this is the thing which I have to add it here, I click on OK. So this 1 has become 1, 2 has become 1 has become 2, 2 which was here has become 3, 4, 5, 6, again 3 to 5 has become 4 to 6. Okay, this way we can take care of all our referencing numbers very easily. At the end, whenever you are done with, you have to enter your bibliography or your referencing. So here, if I have to insert it, I just ask for add edit bibliography. Okay, we had put here add edit citations first. Now I am clicking on add edit bibliography. So all the references which we had quoted have come into Vancouver style of referencing, and we don't have to think of it again whether comma is there or where you have to give semicolon, where you have to put what in capitals, what in small, volume number, issue number. We don't have to think much of that. Your bibliography is ready. Now suppose you feel that you don't want this in Vancouver style. Your reference citation agency ask you to put it in other style. So click on this document preferences here. Change your referencing style. Suppose I use this Elsevier Harvard. I click on OK. Now see, the references which were in numbers are changed to author name and year. So name year format Harvard style has come. Similarly, your bibliography, which was random, is also now in alphabetical order. So you have resolved your issue of reference citation management. Okay, you don't have to put your much brains into that. Automatically, you keep on writing. Your bibliography will change automatically as and what is required. Okay. Any doubt till now? Whatever I have spoken with, you have any doubts here? We all are going to do this personally. Okay, you all will be doing it personally in your laptops, your computers. So don't you will have an hands-on on that.
Yes, sir. I think when we do practically only, then we will learn, sir.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Okay. Next thing which I want to show you in Zotero is sometimes what happens, we tend to add same article whenever we are reading articles. We tend to add same articles again. This 3 articles we have already added. I am adding them again. So we tend to add some articles again and again, so that this mapping development articles is repetition. This anemia and adverse outcomes is also repetition. So how to deal with that? Okay, you just right click here. Okay, selection. So here we have an option for duplicate items. If you select on duplicate items, it shows you where are the duplicate, what are the duplicates. As of now, since we will add again few articles for that one. This is a duplicate items, trends in maternal mortality, trends in maternal mortality. So click on duplicate items, it will show you. So through that you can find it out. If you select on that particular article, it shows your details here of that particular article. You can see for both articles detail. If you feel both are same, click on merge. So those 2 articles are merged and only one article is left. Okay, so it is a good habit to keep on doing it regularly before you start citing it. Otherwise you tend to cite it the same article in a different numbers. Okay, if that is added 2 or 3 times, we tend to select different numbers, so that becomes problem later on. So to avoid that, it is good habit to see it duplicate items regularly. One added advantage in Zotero is we can create groups. Groups are something whenever you have multiple co-authors or co-authors working together on one point. It can be your guide, thesis guide, it can be co-guides, it can be your co-researchers. Okay, for them we have this something which is known as which is as your groups. So here when we go into the web browser, okay, this is our web browser. In browser, when we have opened this Zotero, you have this concept of group. Groups are of 3 types: open group, closed groups, and groups which has limited access. So usually we when we create it in a closed group. So we if we have time, we will let you know how to create a new. Okay, it will take just 1 minute. If we click on create group, okay, you have this, you label it anything. Okay, which type of group you want to create, it asks you public with open membership, public with closed membership. Difference is it will be visible to all you, and anybody can join that group, or they cannot join themselves. They will ask the owner of that group to join, or you can send them invite. But best for our thing, best is to have a private membership and create group. Then it will ask you to send go to member settings. Members settings, you have member invitations. So you can type emails with same email ID with which your colleagues are registered with Zotero. Okay, you type that mail ID and invite members, so they will get an invitation. Once they accept that invitation, you will be able to see them in current members. Okay, as of now we have no members here, but when you send that invitation, you will be able to see it. That is next step. First we will try to see how to cite your references. Okay, so Divita, anything you want me to tell them now?
So you were mentioning about the fourth way, the last way of adding
Last way
articles.
of
Do you
adding,
want to show that? Yeah.
Okay. We remember we had seen 4 ways already. First one was through the web connector which we had installed. Second one was dragging in and adding it. Third one was manual entry, and fourth one was with the help of accession numbers. We have an advantage similar what work is done in with the help of exchange this web connector. Similar thing we can do it. We have this option in PubMed. Whenever we are doing work in PubMed, we have this option of send to. So if you click on send to, you have citation manager. Okay, so which articles you want, you can select it. All results on this page, or just selection. So you better to have selection. I have not selected any here. Okay, you just select few things. Okay, and I asked it to create file. Now when I ask it, it is showing this nbib file which will be formed here, and that will be saved in my desktop at the whatever location I opt for. Now I will have to import that file here. So for that we go to file, import file, and to whatever location we can save. Okay, I will go it. It is, I will select it. I click on open. Click next. Now it is importing all these 6 items. Okay. these are added to our Zotero library. This is one way which we had. I had not. I personally don't prefer this way because you have to create. It takes time. So best way is do this one through the extensions which we have downloaded. Okay, but still I think many people try to prefer that way. So we should know that also. Okay. Alternatively, if you are not creating group, this file which you have created, that also you can share with your colleagues. They can upload it into their Zotero so that they will also have. But in that condition, they cannot edit your text. Whatever you have written there, they cannot do anything. They can just refer to the references. We have one.
Varun sir, can you please just quickly summarize the 4 ways again to add the articles?
Okay. Whenever we are in Zotero, first one is whenever you have to add references, your Zotero should be open. If your Zotero is closed, it will not work. So just open it and leave it. Go to your web browser. We are in PubMed. I am using Chrome, and Chrome I have opened PubMed. So here on this extension which we had added, Chrome extension, click on it. It gives you a list of articles which we have to add. You select as many articles you feel are relevant and may be of your importance. It is not that they are important, but you may feel that you may require them. So select them, click on OK. It will add to whatever the in Zotero, whichever portion you had used it recently. Okay. So for that, you need to select the correct destination here. Select it, then go to PubMed. Okay, and okay, that was first way. Second way which I told was manually adding, dragging it. So we have minimized it. I have some PDF downloaded here. I want to add it, so I'm just selecting and dragging it manually. Okay, I add it here, so that will be added here. That was the second way. This one PDF has come. Gradually with time, that name will also, once metadata is extracted, will go and change it. The third way was adding with ISSN, ISBN numbers. Okay, you just copy and paste or type manually the PMID. Suppose for this article I want to add, last time we added with DOI number, now we will add with PMID number. So I am going to write this PMID here. I wrote, I click enter, it will add that article. That was the third way. Okay, oral problems and associated, that article also is now added. And the fourth way which we told was manual. When we don't have any soft copy, any access to ISBN number also you don't have any URL to add, you don't have DOI number, anything. Some newspaper article you have seen in your paper and that you have to cite. So in that case, select that manually. It is showing newspaper article, add title of your news, who is the author. If you have abstract, you type it. Abstract in newspaper, abstract will be the news entirely, because what happens is few of the referencing styles do ask for referencing. It is like that everybody builds an house but everybody's architecture is different. Everybody's trying to give different colors inside. Someone wants sofa on one side, someone even if you stay in a row houses, the architecture is same, but still everybody makes interior different. It is the same concept which people use whenever they are using any of the referencing site reference citation citation style. Even if I am using Vancouver, I demand for some variant of that style. Will say no, name of the author should be in italics. I may say no, the newspaper name should be in capitals. Other styles will not ask. Someone will say after newspaper article, instead of putting semicolon, put colon. So these kind of minor changes are there, and based on that, we have at least 28 variants of Vancouver style. We have around 30 variants of Harvard style. In all, if you see total, we have around 7,000 referencing styles only. Okay, so because of that, we have variations, and each styles demands some minor changes, and that is the reason some style which you are using may be very rare, and that would be asking you to put your abstract also. So for that, you can, if you have to write abstract, and that's why whenever metadata is extracted for articles, you see the entire abstract thing is already extracted. So if that rarest of the rare style you are required to write, you won't have that problem of again getting your abstract. Okay, so these 4 styles we have seen. We have seen first by web connector, second by your manual dragging, third was with the help of digital object identifiers or your any numbers with ISBN number, DOI number, or PMID numbers, and the fourth was manual, and the fifth way which I showed you was to send to. Okay, whenever we do PubMed search, we have this send to options. Go to citation managers. You can select entire results on this page. Create file. It will create nbib file. Import that nbib file from your file option. You have import option. Okay, select your nbib file here wherever you have saved, and it will import that file. So these are 5 ways of adding your references into Zotero. Any doubt here? Once we start working, I think we can have more clarity. So I am stopping my screen share. Dr. Divita has already shared one file with you in WhatsApp. So all of you, please download that. Barriers to early initiation and continuation of breastfeeding in Tertiary Care Institute of Haryana. This is the article, some text which she has shared with you. Okay. You just create your own PubMed strategy for that. Do some quick search. Okay. And once you do that quick search, try to add those articles to your Zotero and try to insert your bibliography. I think we are less than 10 people. So, Divita, we will not go with breakout rooms. We will continue in the main room.
Yes, sir. Sir, did we show them about the word connector, like before adding, like in Zotero? That will be important, I guess.
You taste it.
Sure. We are just going to show you one quick connector so that you can add citations in Word. So this is your Zotero interface. If you click on tools here and go to add-ons, so here you will see Zotero LibreOffice integration, and Zotero Word for Windows integration. So if someone is using Mac or any other system, then it will appear the Zotero Word will be there for their particular this thing. So here it's like enabled in my system, but here it will come enable. So you enable that, then only you will be able to add citation in the Word. So tools, again, I will show you. Zotero, open your Zotero software. You go to tools, you go to add-ons and enable this. I hope that's clear to everyone.
Excuse me. May I know for why we are doing this one to get ads like MS Word, something?
Actually, yes.
This is
This in Microsoft Word, if
Yeah.
this Zotero tab is not coming, okay, you have installed Zotero, but you need to have this integration of Zotero with Microsoft Word. Usually, when we install, it automatically gets it done, but based on your firewall settings, or occasionally sometimes it might not be the compatible version. So sometimes we may get problem that in Microsoft Word, we are not able to see this Zotero tab. So for that, we have to start it from your tools, go to add-ons and click on enable it. It will be, now it is showing disable. So if I click disable, it will go. Okay, so I click on enable it.
Yeah, it's clear now. Thank you.
And after enabling it, please restart Zotero and your Word.
Zotero and Word also.
Word also. Then only the Zotero tab will come.
You will have to close all Microsoft things. Okay, not only Word, your Excel, PowerPoint, if anything is open, so all those things also you close it, then only Microsoft will restart.
So to sign in from the Zotero software, what you have to do is go to edit, click on edit, then go to preferences, edit, then preferences, and then preferences may there will be these tabs. Go to sync. And then from sync, you will they will ask you your username and password. And then you can log in from there. And then it will sync everything, whatever, like for now, you will all have blank library, but then mine is like from web, it will sync. I hope that is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, please ask us.
Dr. Devita,
Yes, please.
will you explain this once again?
The sign in part?
Yes, the signing part.
Sure. So if you go to open your Zotero software, go to edit, file edit, then go to preferences. This pop-up will open and there is general, sync, search, export, site, advanced. You go to sync. You click on sync and there it will ask your username and password. You have to type that out, which you have the username and password is of the.
We have a web login, right? In Chrome or Firefox, whatever you are using, we had this web login. For that, you need to use it here so that it will be, all your activities will be saved in net. Okay. So unfortunately, if we have crash down of our computer, or even if you are not at your with your laptop, but you have some leisure time at work, you want to continue writing your work, So you can log in that particular system or new system. Same things all will come automatically. Okay, it is something which is saved in cloud. It is saved. So you have all at your disposal whenever and wherever you require. You don't need to think of it again. For that, it is better to log in into Zotero. If you are not logged in, your data will be limited to your system itself. It will not be there in cloud. Okay. So for future use, it is better to log in so that anywhere you can log in, access your Zotero library. All of us are able to log in.
Please, please respond if you have all logged in.
That is okay, but for the add-on from the tool, the Zotero, it did not appear on the MS Word on the top of that document.
You have enabled it?
Yeah, I enabled it, but I was not able.
You have
I
to
cannot
restart it.
Restart your system entirely. Once you restart, you will get it. Okay.
Close the Word and open it
open
again.
All Word documents. Okay. If you have multiple Word documents open, close all of them.
Yes, now I got it. When I opened the Word file, I got that Zotero.
Great, great.
Yeah.
I hope everyone is on the same page.
Ma'am, you want to open the Word document now?
Yeah. Open the one which we had sent you. Before
In the
that,
WhatsApp
if you
group.
can create search strategy for the paragraph title which madam has already shared in group.
Okay, okay,
We
sir.
will have a practice of PubMed search.
Okay.
This search strategy can be different for everybody. Okay, I can create one search strategy for the same thing. You might have some other strategy for the same thing. Everybody can have their own search strategies depending upon what are their requirements. Okay. So we need to have practice of that. No search strategy is best or no search strategy is bad.
Hi, Zanpata. I have searched my literature and I have added the document, I have added the articles to my Zotero library also. I have inserted the citation in form of number 1, number 2, and number 3. But I'm at the point where do I introduce the bibliography? How do I insert the references there now?
The end, wherever you have finished writing your article text, you
Yes,
just
sir.
go to that and
Yes,
share
sir.
it by then. Okay. Okay. Here the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Right. Here, if suppose I have to insert my bibliography here, here is option of add edit bibliography.
Yes, sir.
Go to it. It will ask
Sir, that वो नीचे वाला delete करना रहेगा ना, that's already created. So that's why.
just
Oh, it's the right word. I understood. I've got the references now.
Anybody who is facing any issues regarding adding citation or inserting citation, please let us know.
I write it, ma'am, and I write changing the citation also, and it's good. I am okay with it.
So you are able to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good, good. Anybody else who has done it?
Sir, is there a way, in this we have to upload the articles and then we can use it in writing our review of literature or discussion part. Apart from this, sir, can we change it use it for citation generator also? Like if we have submitted a paper to a journal and now we have to check the references and correct it, can we simply, is there some way we can change the references using the arrow?
पहले Zotero के help से लिखना पड़ेगा तो you can change it. Okay, now if you have finished writing and now you have to add it, so all those articles you will have to add it to Zotero by simply you would have saved it somewhere in your hard disk. Just select and drag them, so they will be added here. Most of the time automatically metadata is also extracted from that, so metadata का problem नहीं आएगा. Then you just number them with that.
Okay.
And also, if that journal follows a particular format or a style, or if the journal has its own style, you can. There is a feature provided in Zotero. You can always select that. Just like Dr. Varun showed, that if you want to select Vancouver, you can select Vancouver. Some journals follow NLM citation format, citation style. So you can just select the style NLM and your references will be generated, your bibliography will be generated in the same format. Similarly, if you're submitting, suppose in Lancet or in Curious, suppose. So Zotero has its own format. You can just type out Lancet there in the preferences section and it will modify your references according to the Lancet format.
Okay. Would you show me where from where we can do this?
Sure, sure. So if you open your Zotero, you go to edit and you go to preferences. Then here in preferences, you go to cite. You see, this is
Curious,
the style.
I thought Curious. It is visible.
So yeah, Curious is there. Then Lancet is also there. Then if something is not here, okay, so you can get additional styles here by clicking here. You can just type, suppose you want to see Lancet, so you can just type Lancet here, and the Lancet it will show you that how your references will be formatted. You can click, you can add, suppose you want Lancet, so Lancet will appear here in this style manager. You can click it and you can do OK here. And your references will be according to the Lancet format.
And ma'am, is there any authentication problem with references in the arrow? Like we do it from Google Scholar, but there it gives some errors. So do we need to recheck the references given by the arrow as well, or is it very authentic?
So normally it produces the correct format, but sometimes for PDF, if you have when sir told that you have to manually enter for some documents which you have dragged or which you have added in the Zotero tab. So for those articles, it might create an incorrect format. But then usually it's if you're adding articles like this from the PubMed, from the browser, then it won't create a incorrect format.
Okay. And what about the articles we get from Google Scholar? Like from PubMed, we can directly select the articles and upload a big file. What about other search database?
Okay. So, okay, just let me share. You are saying from Google Scholar, right?
Yes, yes.
So if I type here Google Scholar, and suppose, so suppose you want to add this article, okay? This is Google Scholar, right? And I have typed hypertension in India, and suppose you want to add this article, you just go here, and I told you to download Zotero connector as well.
Yes.
Okay. So that Zotero connector will appear here in your browser.
First one is
Okay.
So you click on that. Just wait. You click on that, and here the Zotero connector will be there, and here will be the option to save to Zotero. You can save it in any format. I prefer embedded metadata because it will extract all the metadata with it. So you choose this option, and then again a small window will appear here. You choose the folder, hypertension in India, and done. And it will appear in your Zotero folder. Okay. Yeah. So any article in the browser, any independent article which you have not searched from PubMed or any other search database, it's in Google or it's with you. Save it to Zotero by using the Zotero connector.
Just can you go to the back page? Just press back when you are in Google Scholar. Yahan pe bhi, here also on top you have that connector. Okay, that will be always there.
Yes. Yeah, that will have. If you want to save all the results, like just like PubMed.
Same way it will ask you to select it. Click
like
on it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you need, you just select them. They will be saved to your Zotero.
Okay.
Yeah, that is another way. If you have just one article,
then what you told that we can use, and for more than one article, we can use this method.
Yes.
We tend to open it and read it. Then only we will say we don't want garbage in our Zotero. That's why what Divita told was the best way, that you open it, read it. If you feel it is important, then you add it. But otherwise, if you have already read it, you had a power cut or you left it in between, and you know that that is one of my required articles, so directly you can add them to here.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. किसी को कुछ doubts है?
Sir.
Yeah.
So we, in case if we have cited 6 articles and later I feel I have to remove an article in between. So I'm removing the 4th one. Will the numbers be changed, sir, or should I manually change it?
No, that will be automatically removed.
Okay. But I just now I tried doing it, but the numbers are still showing us like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have deleted the 5th one. It has 6, but it's like it has not changed the numbers. I see it so, sir. Could you just do it?
Have you cited it using Zotero only?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So if you can click on refresh once in your Word, in the Zotero tab, refresh button will be there.
Ma'am, could you just show it? Because
वैसे तो it automatically changes. Sir, there was someone who was asking question. Who was it? Sir, your voice is not audible.
Oh.
Yeah, now it is. Somebody was asking a question, right?
I was the one.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I am on the beginning phase. So I entered the data in the PubMed and I choose and I went to the library, but I could not see the selected documents.
Have you
Fine.
created another folder? That yellow folder, have you created it?
Yeah, yes.
And it's not there in that folder?
No, when I have to press in that folder, right?
Yeah, there will be a pop-up and you have to select that folder and then add the articles. See, let me share and I'll show it to you. You want to add this one and this one, okay?
Just choose,
These
right?
3 articles, right?
Yes.
You go to this one and then okay. And then see here a pop-up will appear, this small window. Did it appear in your case?
No, I couldn't.
See, you click on this yellow folder, right? This connector. You click on it and you want to save these 3 articles. Okay. Now you click on OK. And now this window appears, this small window at the extreme right corner. Saving to, which is written saving to and the folder.
I will try later. You have recordings so that we can try later.
We will provide you with the resources, but then okay.
I will try later. It's okay.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
The one who had asked that, I think Shiva, it was Shiva Tiga, who had asked that how to remove that reference.
Yes, sir, it's me.
Yeah. I also am still facing problem with that. Okay, I have not been able to solve it. Usually it happens. I don't know why it is not happening, but I have tried to find out a middle path for that. For now, if suppose you have to remove this reference, okay, you cut it, paste it down, then refresh it, the numbers are changing. Okay, you can delete it later, refresh it, so that this can temporarily solve this one, but I don't know why it is not happening here. Earlier the tree was somewhere here. We will change with if this I am taking down, clicking on refresh, these numbers are changed. Once I am able to solve that issue, I will definitely get back to you, even if it is not today. Whenever I get time, I will try to get it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have found the article, sir. I'm not able to use Zotero to add references. I have Zotero in my Word document. So I'm selecting the add edit citation option, but it is not showing the citations.
Divita, can we give them access to share screen?
Oh, yes, we can. Try if you can share your screen. Dr. Sudeep, please try. Yeah.
Now tell your problem.
Sir, like this is the screen. So I have Zotero on the screen. So how do I use it to add the references?
Go to add citations, edit
Add citation.
citations. Okay, click on it.
Is your Zotero open in the background?
Yes, ma'am, it is open.
Okay. Now you select whichever article you want to select. There will be a drop down.
Click on that edit citation. That is not coming.
Like, just 1 second.
Once open your Zotero, whether
Open your Zotero software, the Zotero interface.
you
Ma'am,
have
like, this
shared
is,
screen or you have shared your
I have only shared the Word document. I am
share your screen, please.
finding it how to come back.
No.
Just there will be a green button tab, stop share.
Okay. Stop share. Okay.
Now share your whole screen.
And click on screen, the first option which you will be seeing.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now open your Zotero once. So these are the articles which you have added, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just minimize it. Now click on add edit citations. Click on the classic view, right? Select the article which you want to cite. One has
So, sir, but this is then
this is some variant of style which you have selected. Okay, because of that it is not coming in bracket. You want that referencing to be there at the end of first.
so like it is only coming in numbers. So I have selected.
Now if you want to, you want it in name and year style.
Sir, I have selected Vancouver style.
Yes.
In document preferences.
Vancouver will be numbers only.
Ma'am, we don't have to select this entire line.
No. Just put your cursor after the full stop where you want the reference to be.
Okay. And then
So
I
if
have
you
to click
want
on
it like
add citation.
So if you want it after the first line, keep your cursor after the first line and then
Okay, ma'am.
add citation. And select the article and press OK.
Okay, ma'am.
So here it will come.
And then we can paste it in the form of bibliography.
Yes, you can. You can also do it through the add edit bibliography tab. Yeah, here, right. Like
Okay,
adjacent to the add edit. Yeah. So, Sivantika, that problem has been solved from my end. Do you want me to show it to you?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Actually, we are already in.
Yeah, we are past 20 minutes.
Past, yeah. But still, I'll just show it to you quickly. So this is our sample, this thing, paragraph. Okay. I have added one here. And I've added, suppose I'll add 2 here. Maybe this one. Two here, 3 here, and 4 to 6 here. Okay. Now I want to remove 3. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just do this and click on refresh. Please observe the numbers. Okay. I have removed 3. 1 and 2 is already there, and 4 to 6 is here. Now I'm doing refresh. You see the numbers have changed automatically. Did you notice?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was 4 to 6 and now it has become 3 to 5. Yeah.
3 to 5. So this process is automatic. Maybe some connector is not there, or maybe you have to restart the Word or Zotero.
Do it.
And so in this case, the bibliography numbers will also be rearranged, no?
Yes, they will rearrange automatically. If you want to put this sentence, suppose if you want to put this sentence at first, you don't want it at the last, okay? So you have pasted this here, but अभी क्या है 3 to 5 आ रहा है उधर, लेकिन ये 1 to 3 होना चाहिए. So you again do refresh, and you'll see 1 to 3 हो गया ये.
हाँ, yes, ma'am, I get it.
ठीक है? So that's
Yeah.
how you do it, and then this has become 4 and this has become 5.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I
you
see it,
might
yeah.
need to restart, maybe restart Word or restart your Zotero, and then maybe it will work. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, I'll try. Thank you.
I also need to restart that. Mine is also not working. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any more doubts for anybody?
I think we should sum it up. Yeah.
So I will just summarize what we have done for last almost 2 hours, 2.5 hours. First, we saw PubMed search, because PubMed is so-called best authentic source of searching. We selected the option of PubMed. First, we based on our P-code format, we tried to find out various phrases in that. As we took example of hypertension in India, so we had two broad topics: hypertension and India. So for first thing, we tried to find out all the possible ways for hypertension. It can be with the help of asterisks, that we may have hypertensive, or there may be some spelling difference or something. So till the common point was there, we put that asterisk mark, which is on 8 of your table number, keyboard 8, you have that asterisk mark. So with asterisks, we try to find out for the similar words. Then we try to put all the possible words for hypertension with a Boolean operator, which is called as OR, which is always to be written in capitals. Okay, all Boolean operators and, or, and not, they are to be written in capitals. So that we saw. Then we saw where to search it in title or title abstracts or anywhere in text. That madam showed it with the help of that one drop down menu in advanced on your left hand side. So that was done. Then we combined India and this one with the help of and capital AND and Boolean operator. Madam also showed us about how to select appropriate word from mesh term. Okay, mesh is something which is interacting with other words. In what other ways that word hypertension is used. So which way you want to find it out. So she showed us about mesh term also. And anything else you covered? I missed.
No, and the filters, the PubMed filters.
Yeah, and those PubMed filters, she showed it initially. Then we went to Zotero. In Zotero, we see how to log in for the web Zotero. Why we have to log in is we can have access anywhere, anytime, and we have cloud backup of that one. Then in Zotero tab, we tried to see 5 different ways of adding article. First one was from the browser. Second one was we manually dragged that particular PDF or image or whatever you will be dragging it. So manually dragging. Third one was with the help of digit object identifying numbers, DOI number, ISSN number, or PMID number. With the help of those numbers we added. Fourth one was manual adding. Okay, for things which we don't have any software, soft copy access, or old book is there, old article is there, or newspaper article you had read, so that you have to add manually. So that we added manually. And the fifth one was from the send option of your PubMed. You created NBIB file, you saved it. That file is saved with all your metadata. Okay, so that we imported it. We went to file. In file, we had option of import. You imported that one, so that made you add those your search results into your Zotero. Then we went to Word document where we had that Zotero tab already installed. If not, you will have to get it from tools. Okay, enable your settings for that in your Zotero tools. In add-ons, you can then restart your Zotero and Word. It will come there. In Zotero, we tried to see how to add citations. We tried to see how we can select referencing style. We selected Vancouver. So then we found Vancouver, we change it to Harvard style. You can select change between variants of Zotero also, 3-4 by default variants of Zotero and variants of Harvard comes there. So in between, you can see for nature, you have different style. If you would have noticed when Dr. Devita was showing you of Lancet style, Lancet itself asked for 4 different styles for 4 different journals of Lancet. Okay, Lancet Oncology or the Lancet or Lancet Hematology, if whatever Lancet journal is there that asks for different variants in the basic Lancet citation styles. Okay. So you can select one of that which is most appropriate for you. Then we saw how to cite it. After citing, we saw how to put it into bibliography. We saw how to interchange it. In case we are changing sequences or something, most of the time it gets automatically done. If not done, we will have to hit on refresh button. Okay, so all changes will be there. I think that sums up what we have seen. Keep practice after you are done with your Zotero app. Keep a practice of clicking on that sync. Okay, most of the time, again, that is done automatically. Synchronization of your app and your web browser Zotero. But still, it is better to get it done again manually once in few days. So even if you have some issues with your laptop or you are not carrying your laptop, you will be having access to use it through anywhere. Just log in with your Zotero details. You will be able to access that. So this is somehow covers our day, what we have done for now. Over to you, Dr. Devita and Dr. Deepika. Dr. Manish sir has also joined with us. So he can also put his closing remarks.
Yeah, thank you, Varun. You just summarized very nicely. I hope it benefited all the participants. So can we have like somebody would like to give his feedback or her feedback? Like, how was it? Any of the participants? Anamika?
Hi, actually, it was a very good topic, and you explain here both of the instructors, they explained it very well. But I'm a beginner on this, so I understood it. Maybe if I'm trying like one more time to apply it, I think I will be able to. Now I got like maybe 50%. I will try to, yeah, I will, I have to revise it. Maybe through the video you are sending, I can do it. Because it's first time I'm working with the Zotero. Thank you so much. It was very useful.
Thank you, Dr.
If you have any queries in future, you can get in touch with me or Dr. Devita, anybody, we will be happy to help you out.
Okay, thank you so much.
It was really a very wonderful session. Even me, this is the first time of using hearing about Zotero, because Medley and EndNote I heard, but that is a paid version. And this practical session was very much useful. And even I am also a beginner, so I need to practice a lot in Zotero. So Dr. Varun and Dr. Divita, they both excellently, they spoke, they taught us how to use it, and they lead us into the practical sessions. So it was really a great session, and it was very useful to us. And definitely we will keep in touch with you both to get a good practice for us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, I want to ask, this is like a free software, like?
Yes, yes.
It's free.
This is a free as well as paid software.
Yeah.
Okay, for free version, we get around 300 MB of cloud storage. And that is the reason it don't upload PDF by default. It will just upload the metadata. So we have enough place. And almost all our routine work is done in free. We don't require paid version usually.
Okay, okay.
Okay. More up to 2 GB of data for free in Mendeley. Here we get 300 MB, but that is enough for our routine works.
Oh, okay.
If you want more space, you have to go with paid version.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Varun, Dr. Devita, for such a wonderful workshop. And Dr. Minimol and Dr. I think it was
Dr. Shiba.
Shiba. If you can give us the feedback that you shared in the group, we would like to post it.
So your voice is
Not audible.
Oh.
Manish, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. You want us to give it in right. Sir, excuse. Sir, we couldn't hear Dr. Manish talk.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Now it's audible.
Yeah, Dr. Architman was here. Did he join? Or,
Yeah.
okay, no issues.
No, he
I
had
was just,
joined in between, but the session was going on, so
okay, sure,
he was there. Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that the two of our participants who were just sharing the feedback, if you can just write it in the WhatsApp group, your feedback, it would be helpful to us, and like we can share it, like what was the participants' feedback about this workshop. So
okay, sir. Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah, small paragraph.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So Dr. Varun, we can close if everything is done for today.
Yeah.
And Dr. Devita?
Yes, yes. We will share the resources with you in the group. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Ritika. Also, she was managing Zoom from backend, allowing all participants and all. So thank you for that also.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And convey my thanks to Archisman.
Yes, I will. He had joined in between, but the session was going on, so he didn't.
Yes, I could see that pop on in between that Grade Council is joining. I thought you got disconnected and joining again.
No, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Okay, and those who are coming for the conference, you're most welcome. We'll be very pleased to see you in person here. And Dr. Varun and Dr. Devita also try to come if somehow you can manage and take out time. You are in Delhi right now, na, Varun? Dr.
नहीं अभी तो मैं हैदराबाद में हूँ ना, वो दिल्ली का ऑर्डर आना है, बाकी है, आया नहीं. दिल्ली रहता तो आ जाता मैं बिल्कुल.
Okay, chalo, no issues. Okay, then we can call it a day.